So we got a nice herd of whitetails coming down here to drink. I was walking past this pond here, trying to make my way through this area, and I heard them calling. Seems like a really nice herd. So we're definitely going to call some in and see if there's any bad genetics in here. So this will be my first hunting season video for Way of the Hunter. I'll be doing a series on Ranger only, and we're going to be exploring the map, seeing how we can get good genetics, really grow our herds and get some good 5 stars. This will be a very long process, and we're going to be learning a lot of stuff on the way. So if that's what you're into, feel free to check out my videos and keep an eye on this series. Hunting on Ranger can be very, very hard, but it's very rewarding. One of the key tips I want to give players is you're going to have to hunt a lot of animals, so you kind of get the hang of how they look. Paying close attention to the way the animals look, you'll be able to field judge them and have a bit of an easier time, knowing what you're shooting. Now, for most species, we cannot tell age. It is what it is. So we're going to have to do some guessing on that front. So I think we got this guy coming in, I hope. I can't be sure. I think they're just coming to drink. So I'm not sure if they're going to even respond to my caller. So by shooting a lot of animals and observing them, I also recommend taking a screenshot of whatever animal you shoot. Observe their coats, their racks, whatever little minor differences there is. Because you never know what you would find, and this can all contribute to having better hunts on Ranger. Yeah, so these guys seem to be coming my way. I thought they would have stopped right here and drink. But they seem to be making their way over to where I am. Which is not good because I can't judge if they're responding to my caller or not. Oh, we got 2 herds coming in. I totally didn't realize that. So we got some mule deers here. There's the whitetail. For a moment I was a little confused. I'm thinking I'm pretty sure I'm hearing whitetails. So now it computes. So it seems we definitely got some low genetics on the whitetail side. So the mule deers are pretty much settled in. So we might have some interest from the whitetails. I still can't be sure. I thought this guy was coming in. And then this guy, but he stopped. So I've been noticing this for a while now, is that depending what the animals are doing, They're not going to respond to your call. So we got a muley coming here. Yeah, I still can't be sure. Because if nothing responds from this group, I'll have to chalk it up as there's pretty much good genetics in here, and judging from the antlers, I think that's looking pretty good. Even these whitetails, they seem pretty decent also. So I may not get a response. So it appears like this whitetail is probably coming in. Those mule deers have no interest. So I think they're in good standing genetic-wise. So I'll let them be, and I'll just come back and track them, you know, when the year is up. Yeah, so I think this guy is coming in. Because the other guys have stopped. But the antlers are looking pretty good. So let's see what we got. Hopefully that was a good call, because he did seem like he was coming in my direction. So we smoked him in that hard shot. 51 meters out. Yeah, and that was a good call. So it's a young male, 46% genetics. So as you can see, that sometimes takes a while to develop. So we'll take a picture of that for our database. Let's see where we're at. Okay, so we're by this lake. Perfect. So as you can see there, we had two herds coming in. And they all seem as if they were coming to our direction, which was not the case. But it took a while for the whitetails to kind of show that there's one of them actually coming in from the herd, which is very important. If you don't wait and have patience, you would never see those things really develop. So it's really interesting that you really have to sit back and allow the hunts to kind of play themselves out, see what the animals are doing. This will all contribute to your knowledge and your confidence, and allow you to see things clear as you hunt. Because we're trying to move the confusion from Ranger, not the mystery, the confusion. Because we're learning the game in a whole different way, in a whole different light. and we get to see it differently. Whatever cues and tips we can get, we will take, which will help us along the way. I've been doing a lot of studies on wolves, and I have some really good news to share on that. I have some foxes I want to start doing. My mountain goat study, I've been very successful. I think you guys will love that. And that's all coming up in the future videos. So as the season progresses, I'll be revealing a lot of things that I've found. Some good, some bad. But either way, it will make us better hunters on Ranger. So I want to come this way a little. I'm still trying to get my zones from my herds, which I think is very important because you want to know where the animals are. All of their drinking zones, I believe there are 6 per animal or herd. So you want to get them all so you're able to have some leverage as to what zone they go to. You can actually locate them. So as I go, I'm going to be fleshing that out, making sure I grab as many zones as I can. And playing on Ranger is going to be driven by your playstyle. If you don't have a lot of time, then you won't be able to sink a lot of time into studying and figuring things out. If you're not interested in herd management, then you can just jump in and you can just hunt animals, you know, with the parameters of this difficulty. But if you want to do herd management, it's going to require you dig very in depth. Into the game, learn how the animals look, which will take a lot of time. So you may not have the time that I do to study and all of that, but hopefully these tips and what you see in the videos can help you along the way. So if you don't have time, you can at least still get the most out of Ranger. Because it's a lot of work, but it's fun. I love it. No other game allows you to really dig this deep. Studying animals, having a database of images. It's so cool. So I got an elk here. Well, I heard them. So I'm hoping that one responds. I can see them in the distance there. I wonder if they're heading to drink. This seems like a terrible herd. Just pure females and just one male. Oh, that's insane. I don't think I've ever really seen that. There has to be at least one more male, but it is pure females in there. Interesting. Oh, there's the other male. I thought something was up. So I can probably make one more call. Should I just take him from here? Yeah. Yeah, one more call because he's oddly behind that tree. I knew something was up. I didn't think that there'll just be one male within that herd. But I didn't even see this guy coming in. That's why you gotta be so cautious of your surroundings, because animals are coming in, they're making their way, and if you don't see them, you'll spook them. I had to shoot him twice because I don't think that shot that I made was good. I had no confidence in that. It's very rare I take double shots on animals. But let me check my initial shot. Yeah, that wasn't good. But the second shot was good. So I definitely would have lost him if I didn't take that second shot. I knew that shot went low. I can just see it. As soon as I pressed the trigger, I knew. I was like, man, that shot was too low. I should have known better. Shouldn't be too hard to find him out here, but just gotta find the blood. He's not really bleeding that much. See how little that blood can be? You can easily miss that if you're not careful. If you don't make good shots, like I did there, which are terrible shots, this is what you gotta put up with. So to make your life a lot easier, you want to be able to take very good shots. If not, your tracking will be a nightmare. Especially if you're in the woodlands and there's a lot of trees and bushes. You want no part of that. Okay, where did you go? I don't see anywhere you'll be going up there. Because I can't even get up there. There you are. So that first shot, see how low that was? That was terrible. So I knew it. As soon as I pressed the trigger, I knew. That second shot went through right through that shoulder. Even that was terrible. But we'll take it. So 32%. That's an adult. Yep, so I lost a hunting rating because I shot him twice. That's what happens if you want to maintain your hunting rating. Don't shoot the animal more than once. Or try not to. So that's 32%. I'll screenshot that. That's from this herd. So that's perfect. We're making progress. We're cleaning up some herds around here. So I'm going to continue up into this area, see what we find. I'm hearing some animals back here. I wonder what they are. We can try and pursue them. Not sure what direction my wind is. It's a little hard to see. So I can't get a visual on what that sound was over here. Seems I'm mistaking what direction that sound came from, because it sounded like all the way to the left of me. But now it's coming from here. I thought it was down there somewhere. Okay, so it seems we got some whitetail. So what, 120, 115 meters out? Let's make a call. I wonder if that's the group that I shot at earlier. I didn't really see where they went, but I think they went to the left to that lake. So this could be a different herd. So we'll see how this plays out. Man, this gameplay is so interesting. I love it so much. Really happy we're able to hunt like this. You know, even if we don't have great, animal models to differentiate. Still, it's an awesome thing to have. And hopefully we can get, a better version of it in the future. Just get it worked on a little. Just to make it more viable. So I'm not sure if I'm getting a response here or not. I have no clue where these guys would be going. Unless they're heading to drink. Now if I can see them, I can probably kind of judge and say if that was the herd that I was messing around with by the lake. But because of that brush, I can't really see them. So I don't know what direction they're going in, but they seem to be moving really slow. So I can hear their footsteps. Now is that the group coming or one guy? Okay, there seemed to be a need zone there. Maybe they're coming to eat. So based on his antlers, doesn't look too great. And this, since he's coming in my direction, I have to assume he's... I have to assume that he's following my caller. Yeah, there's a need zone here. But that's for badgers. Let's see if we were right. So 26 meters up, we got a nice hard shot. Right through those arteries. Just clip in the heart. And that was a right call, so 36%. I knew by those antlers that that was nothing good. So we'll take a screenshot of that. And they're all within this area. So this is awesome. We're making good progress. We're getting good value for our time and the work that we're putting in. So we won't be able to see the fruits of our labor until about 2 to 3 days from now. Because whatever animals you take out, they won't respawn until the new year. So we're just going to continue coming into this area and see what we can find. Do some more cleaning up. Pick up some more zones. And that's the other aspect of the game, you know? There's a waiting for animals to age. And then there's a waiting for the 3 days to go by so that you can get to the new year and see the fruits of your labor. See what respawns. And hopefully it's better genetics. So I'm kind of happy that they don't spawn right away, like by the next day. Because this can help you keep track of your animals better. You're not really flustered with all these animals. You know, spawning in, spawning out. There's some structure to it. So usually when we get a call, if you have hunter sense on, you would see that sometimes it's about 200 to 300 meters. So I keep that in mind. So when I hear a call, I give myself about 100-meter grace. Kind of getting into position. I want to move into that position or the area. Already stalking and sneaking. I don't want to get in there unprepared. So as long as you approach the area very slowly, your chances of not spooking goes all the way up. Okay, so where are these guys? Is that water I'm seeing? I can't be sure. Because they could be drinking or on their way. Okay, so they might be between these hills. So I believe I'm within range. So I'm going to start calling from now. Sometimes I do this when I can't really get eyes. Because what this allows to happen is either I get a call or I start hearing footsteps as the animal come closer. So since I can't get eyes on it, I have to rely on the sound. And by calling them in, it allows me to create that scenario. So what the game doesn't give me, I create. So I still don't know where those elks are. If they're between here or over that hill. It's a little hard to tell. I do see a zone here. Okay, so they're just up ahead here. They're not making any sounds. So either they're resting, or who knows what they're doing. Nothing, no visuals, no nothing. But as we know a while back, animals could be coming in, we just don't know it. But again, you never know, because sometimes the animals have ran off, and you're trying to call them in, and you just don't know that they're gone. So you want to keep that in mind too. If you're overcalling and you're realizing, well, you're not getting anything, there's a chance either they're resting, or they've kind of moved on, because you can't see them. So I hear some deer up ahead, so I'll switch out. If I can't get nothing from these elk. Because they've probably moved on. So since I hear some whitetail, I believe, let's try call them in instead. So we got some muleys and some whitetail. I wonder where those elk went. I really thought that they were close here. They probably went over that ridge. But sometimes the animals are not in a favorable position, and they have their own path to sort of walk around these hills. So you kind of have to give that time, because it might feel as if the animals are not responding. But again, you never know that they're probably making their way. So unless you wait and see, you won't really know. So that animal sounds a little bit closer. So I'll just probably sit tight for a bit and see. See if I see anything. So I'm hearing them just in front of me here, and then there's some movement up here. So there could be two herds. Maybe the elk is up there, who knows? Really, really hard to see what's going on. That's the thing, I don't want to move too soon. And then I mess up the whole scenario, you know? Sometimes patience is key. But if you wait too long, probably waiting in vain, so you kind of have to gauge for yourself. Go with your instincts, you know, is there something happening or not? Sometimes if the animals don't know that you're here, and they make that sound, don't be afraid, still use your caller. Because when they calm down, they're going to respond to the caller. So it's not always a lost cause if the animals know that you're there. Just wait for them to return back to their calm state, and they should respond if they're intended to. So I'm getting a very consistent call from this guy up here, but I don't know how to approach. Because I can't see over that ridge in front of me. And I can't get a visual on this guy to know if he's moving or what's going on. I was hoping something come through the middle here, but doesn't seem to be the case. So we do have a guy responding. So we'll take him. You guys see how long that took? So something was happening, we just had to wait. Look where that animal had to come from. Oh, I think we got other animals coming in. Just in front of us. Is it the herd or is it just one animal? Oh, it's a couple. Well, this is not good. Are they both responding or am I just in their way? Seems like they're both responding. And there's a whitetail. Holy cow, what's going on? That's insane. Well, I like this guy, so I'll probably take him. He has a darker coat on him. I don't want him to spook, so I'm going to take this guy instead. Well, that took a while to develop. Yeah, that was a good shot. That felt good. So now I don't know what to think. Were they both coming in? Because I've never had that before. Or was I in their way, but it's just two males just walking along together like that? I definitely think they were coming in. I have to believe that. Okay, where's his blood going? Because there's no way in hell those two males will just be walking around together. They had to be responding. Okay, where's his blood leading? Okay, so it's going straight. There it is. Because usually you find a single animal, or maybe there's a pair of animals, but two males? No, that cannot be. That can't be the case. So I'm going to chalk it up as they were responding. So let's see. So 16 meters out. That was barely a good shot. Man, today my shots are terrible. A little more back and that would have been intestines, which probably would not have killed it. 32%. Beautiful. So they were responding. Interesting. So we're going to take a screenshot for our database. So 32.85%, 1 star young. We'll take it. Well, that was a good hunt, guys. We took down like, what, 2 to 3 animals? That last one took a while to develop. I'm really happy that I was able to show you guys that, to experience that. Because it just shows you how much patience is needed for this game, for this, especially for this difficulty. And you will have amazing results as long as you have patience and you understand how things work. You gotta see it enough to understand it. And that's why I tell players that nobody cannot teach you this game by just telling you. You gotta experience these little scenarios so you see for yourself how cool that is. So if you're interested in hunts like these, I hunt like this all the time. I'll be running this series. This is just the first part of it. Check out my other videos. Check out or keep an eye on this series. And let me know in the comments what you think. Are you enjoying Ranger? Have you tried it before? Do you like these deep, intense hunts? Let me know what you think. So thank you for watching. And thank you for listening.